Almost just want to go back home after I come up on these. In fact, I'm gonna gather these. I don't even know if I'm gonna. You're supposed to clean pick mushrooms. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother with that. I think I'm just gonna gather them up because it's like a heat index of 103 to 105 degrees, and I mean, you probably can't really see, but this is rush hour traffic. Like I said, I'm not really in a city, I'm in a suburb, but there's a lot of commuters around here. And I didn't expect to find any mushrooms because it hasn't rained, but the humidity down here on this forest path every morning gets to about 100%, never goes below about 47% humidity. I mean, for weeks on end. It's late August in Fairfax County, Virginia. I didn't expect to come out here and get gourmet food today, but that's exactly the first thing that I found that was of any interest. I'm out here looking for Lactuca cereola, wild lettuce, because I'm over caffeinated today. I've had a stressful couple of weeks. I also have some back pain, and it's a sedative painkiller. So I'm out here looking for that. I'm out here looking for greater burdock seeds, which are at their prime right now, and I'm out here looking for jewelweed, which is amazing. I'll get into that later, but these are chanterelles. All my life I've avoided mushrooms because you know what your mom tells you, stay away from wild mushrooms. You're gonna die, basically, even if you touch them. If you're like most people, if you touch a wild mushroom, doesn't matter what it is, you're dead, right? So I've been wanting to do mushrooming for a long time. I went out about 3 weeks ago now, 2.5 weeks ago, on a mushroom walk, and it was focused on these very mushrooms. I'll let you get a closer look. These are actually, like I said, I spent all day identifying these not long ago. They're beautiful. These are ridges on them. First of all, they're mostly solid. They're kind of meaty inside. These ridges on them are false gills. They're not true gills. Like some of the only one that looks anything like this, that's the same color, but is actually not really like this. It's just superficially like it. It has true gills. And that's one of the things I was told on the mushroom walk. Anything that's going to kill you is going to have true gills. These are false gills, so that's not one of those. This is the chanterelle, and I only got a few of these last time. I did post a Instagram posting on it. If you have ever gone mushroom gathering, the thing about mushroom gathering is that if you don't get the mushrooms right away, sometimes depending on time of year, even right away when they come up, they're gonna be compromised because of bugs if they're edible. These chanterelles, prior to cooking them, they actually contain an insect repelling ingredient. I don't know if it kills them or if it just keeps them away, but they don't really get buggy. I want to say it's payday, but I ain't selling these. They're about to be fired up like ridiculous. I gathered some nettles just for soup. Sometimes people make nettle soup plain, but I'm about to see if there's any nettle soup recipes with mushrooms. Weird thing about these chanterelles, they don't taste good raw. If you ever go mushrooming or learn anything about edible mushrooms outside the grocery store or outside of your stereotypical white button mushroom, all mushrooms, even small amounts in the button mushroom, they have toxins, most notably carcinogens. Until you cook them, heat destroys them. So they're safe. If they're edible, they're safe once you cook them, but you don't eat any of these raw. But part of, believe it or not, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but part of the instruction for the mushroom identification was actually tasting them. So these, when you taste them, they don't taste good. They actually, when they're raw, I don't know. I'm gonna do it right now just so. Just so you can see me. You know what's interesting? All right, just so you know, I ain't out here faking the funk. So they taste just like a mushroom, like most mushrooms do when you eat them. These have a little bit, just a slight, almost almondy, like a bitter, you know, almost like just a little bit of a bitter flavor that you would hope is not in your dish. And believe me, it's not. These have an amazing nutty flavor. If you don't like nutty flavors or you don't like gourmet mushrooms, just stay away from them. All right, so right here we have a juxtaposition. We got a mushroom that's growing. Let's see if you can see that. There's a couple of lookalikes of those purplish ones. It's likely an amanita. There's another one that's actually edible that looks like that. Anyway, I'm not fooling around with it. I'm just putting it next to this. I've heard of people going out, you know, and just wherever they're at, if they're in the right spot at the right time, just gathering a bag or bags full of mushrooms. Never happened to me till today. And I was actually, you know, we have rain, and you can't really see it, man, but if you can zoom in at all, I left the same amount sitting there just because they weren't quite as perfect as the ones that I mean, these, you just can't get mushrooms like this. And they're all, I mean, I could have eaten this whole area of the species of chanterelles. I'll note the species later. I don't have it memorized. We came up on the mushroom ID walk that I just took. I'll post a link to that individual's site as well. Highly recommended if you're in the Washington D.C. area. Matt's Habitats. Shout out to Matt. Very knowledgeable gentleman. So, anyways, on the mushroom ID walk, we actually came up on 3 or 4 different varieties of chanterelles, all edible. We came up on some lookalikes as well, and discussed those. But this is the variety that you absolutely want to find, and that was my happening today. So I'm super excited. You'll see in the kitchen shots, you know, in the bag, this is not considered good form by a lot of mushroom enthusiasts and mushroom hunting experts. It's not clean picking. I was just greedy, really because of the conditions. I mean, if you can see me right now, I'm just sweating bullets out here, just picking them as fast as I can. But you know, in all fairness, once you get them back, you can clean them off just fine. It does not affect the final quality of the product. And I'm gonna actually weigh this bag out. I'm estimating 2 pounds conservatively. We'll see when we get back. But I'll have to do a little bit more cleaning. But you see, you know, dirty mushrooms in the grocery store that you pay for. Right now, somebody would easily pay me for these if they could get their hands on them.